Welcome to part 3 of this 40k battle report featuring Orks versus Tyranids. We're on to Orks Turn 3. I start off by moving my DACA jets. They're minimum 18 inches, and through no foreplanning, they wind up being just within an inch of each of the guys around them, so couldn't have planned that better if I tried. The boys squad on the right is going to move up. I had to think about my left and rights there for a moment. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other squad. They're going to move up towards that very scary looking Tyranids. The paint job on it, by the way, is really nice. Mark did a great job on that. Next, the first DACA goes on fire. Now he can only do snapshots, so he gets 9 shots. I'm not sure why there's 2 sets of dice there. 2 hits, 2 wounds, and he does manage to save both of them with his 2+ save. Now the other DACA Jets don't do the same thing, but he's not shaken, so he gets 9 shots, 6 hits, 5 wounds, and for those 5+ saves, or 2+ saves, he makes all of them, so nothing there. And this is where things really went pear-shaped for me. So I managed to roll double 1 on the shock attack gun, which basically took out my warlord, as well as a few of the grots. So the looters are going to fire still, and they managed to get, let's see, the first one, it scatters and hits the Hormagaunts. I managed to hit 2 of them with that one, and then the first one doesn't scatter, doesn't hit anyone, and the second one scatters and hits there. So we're looking at 3 shots altogether that hit, and I failed to wound. Now on the Hive Tyrant, he hits. I'm not sure what just happened there. So the other one's going to fire, and it hits, it scatters 11 inches and just doesn't do anything. So now the boys are going to fire at the Tyranid warriors, and the shooters get 16 shots. Only 4 of those hit, and 2 of them wound. And then the big shooters are going to fire as well, and they get 9 shots, 3 hits, and 2 wounds. There's 4 wounds altogether. So he's going to do his lookout, sir. Fails the lookout, sir. Fails the save. So he's down to, I believe, 1 wound. Fails his next lookout, sir. And fails his save. So we managed to take out the Tyranid Prime. And then the other 2 warriors with the 2 remaining shots managed to make those okay. So now the Death Coppers are going to fire. Now the 2 twin-linked rockets both miss, as well as the big shooter. And even though they're twin-linked, they still missed. So nothing there. Now the looters are going to fire at the Carnifex. I'm going to see if they have some more, not Carnifex, Tyrannofex. They only get 1 shot each, so that's 14 shots, 6 hits, only 1 managed to wound, and of course he makes that save. And now the boys are going to fire. They get 26 shots. Of those, only 7 hit, and none of them wound. And now the big shooter is going to fire. So they get 9 shots. 4 of those hit, and none of them wound. So not much luck with my shooting. The third boys squad, the big shooter, is going to fire at the Carnifex. Gets 3 shots, 1 hit, 1 wound. And he fails that, so that the one Carnifex takes 1 wound. So now we're on to Tyranids Turn 3. So Mark's going to move up his Tyrannofex. And now he's going to move up the 2 Carnifexes. Carnifexi. And of course we have to make sure we cast the Teledyne Dome, which is the 5+ invulnerable save, just like the custom force field. He makes it fine, and then he's going to move up the Hive Tyrant as well. And then the warriors are moving up. As well as he's going to just reposition those Termagants in the woods to make sure that they don't get hit by the blast too badly. And the Hormagaunts are moving up as well. So now the Tyrannofex is going to fire at the boys, first with the Acid Spray, which manages to clip 2 of the Death Coptas and a boy. Next up, the Thorax Larvae misses, and then the Cluster Spine gets scattered slightly and manages to hit 5 guys. So first off with the Acid Spray, both of them wound and there's no save allowed, so 1 Death Copt is gone. Not sure what he was rolling the one. Oh, I was re-rolling the one for the boy, and he managed to get the one boy from that acid spray. Next up, the cluster spine. He hits 5. I make 1 save, so managed to lose 4 boys there. Next up, the Carnifex is going to use the heavy venom. Now the first one hits, and the second one's going to scatter. So the first one manages to hit 2 boys. The second one, 1 boy, no, 2 boys, and the second one doesn't hit anybody. And now there's also going to fire with the Twin Link Devour. So there's 12 shots, 9 hits, and 7 wounds. And I managed to make, I think, 1 save there. So a bunch of boys gone. Next up, the Tyranid Warriors are going to fire. They get 12 shots. Of those 12 shots, 9 hit and 5 wound. I managed to make, again, only 1 save, so 4 more boys gone. So that squad's getting whittled down pretty good. Next up, the Hive Tyrant's going to fire its heavy venom at the Ludas. Managed to hit to scatter and managed to get 3 hits based on where the Lost Template lands. And of those 3 hits, 3 wounds. But I do manage to make 1 save, so 2 are gone. So I'm down to 12 Ludas. And now the Hormagaunts are going to run up. And that brings us to the end of turn 4. Or sorry, yeah, turn 4. Turn 3. There we go, turn 3. So we'll take a quick look at the table. And this will be quick because we'll switch over to the review or overview of what happened by Mark and myself momentarily. Heck, why don't we start that right about now?
So over on the left flank, this is still a little bit iffy. I'm hoping on the next couple of turns to get this group moving up to potentially contest that one. I'm probably not going to kick them off it. Warriors, if they survive, which is a big if because the amount of fire that's going to come on them, are going to try and secure that one with the booby trap on it and potentially try and draw those guys off this one here so those guys, my Termagants, can go and capture it. Down over here, things are pretty much falling in nicely. So the big guy is getting ready to do a big stomp on what's left of this group here, along with these guys who are then going to try and finish off those guys and potentially get up there to contest that one. Tyrant's going to come down the middle. These guys are going to go and secure that one once I push them off. So far I've got the first blood and slay the warrior due to some unfortunate rolling on Fraser's when he accidentally blew up his own warlord. That's it. So, end of turn 3. Basically, not the turn I was hoping for. Losing the shock attack gun was a bit of a kick in the pants. And very poor shooting from the boys on all fronts, and strong shooting from Mark with his Tyranids have made this a little bit more of a challenge than I was originally intending it to be. So, but at this point, I think I got to push through. I got to get that one big guy out because he's just doing so much damage. Jets will be off this turn, so there's not much they can do. Just a matter of almost I have to bunker down because with this objective, I feel comfortable being able to take. This one I should be able to hold as well. But that leaves 3 objectives, and he's up 2 points with the Slay the Warlord and First Blood. So, unless I may wind up just turbo boosting the DACA jets, the Def Coptas up to get the break the line and see what we can do. But at this point, even if I can try to contest the one, we'll see how it goes. So we'll go into turn 4 and see what happens.
Click on the link to see part 4, and if you have any rule corrections or suggestions or comments, feel free to throw them in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, click on subscribe and like, and share this video with your friends because I'm sure they want to watch it just as much as you do. and I'll plug the videos to the side. So there's our other BatReps, including my first game with Mark, which you can see playing just on the side right now. My Box to Battle series for the for the DACA Jet, which is in this game, and then I've done some War Machine Hordes battle reports as well. So feel free to check them out. Check out the website at defheaddice.com, and you can always follow us on Twitter because, well, I do stuff on Twitter. So there you go. Click on the link for part 4, and we'll see you there in a minute.